Washington, January 8, 1982. This photograph, taken by John Whitman for Washington Dossier, captures a moment when four men symbolized the state of American journalism. Hugh Sidey of Time was the presidential chronicler. His world was the Oval Office Eisenhower through Clinton, written with intimacy in his weekly column The Presidency. He carried on into the 90s, later led the White House Historical Association, and died in 2005 in Paris, remembered as the Dean of White House Correspondence. George Will had already won a Pulitzer Prize and was shaping Reagan-era conservatism with elegance and bite. His world was the new right, a conservatism dressed in wit and polish. He became a fixture on ABC's This Week and is still active today as one of the last great voices from this class of pundits. Martin Agronsky was the pioneer. Since 1969, he had ruled Saturday nights with Agronsky and Company. Washingtonians literally planned their evenings around it. His panel Carl Rowan, James Kilpatrick, Elizabeth Drew, Hugh Sidey sparred with civility under his steady hand. His world was insider authority, journalism as priesthood. He retired in 1988, died in 1999, and left behind the format that became the template for all televised political talk. Martin Rubenstein, the host of the party, was president of the Mutual Broadcasting System. His world was broadcasting power. In 1978, he gave Larry King his national break, syndicating his midnight call-in show and making him a household name. Rubenstein later served as president of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. He died in 1993 at just 58, remembered as the Kingmaker behind the curtain. But around this evening, journalism itself was changing. Walter Cronkite had retired in 1981, closing the era when one anchor could embody national trust. Dan Rather took the CBS chair. Tom Brokaw was stepping into NBC's, and Peter Jennings was rising at ABC. The big three anchors, Rather, Brokaw, Jennings, would dominate the next 20 years. And weeks later came the McLaughlin Group. John McLaughlin turned roundtable civility into gladiator combat. His panelists became household names: Pat Buchanan, Robert Novak, Jack Germond, Morton Kondracki, Elaine Clift, Clarence Page, Fred Barnes, Mort Zuckerman, Monica Crowley, Lawrence Kudlow, even a young Tucker Carlson. Reagan joked it was a political version of Animal House. It was still before the big money. These shows ran lean. Panelists were paid little. The currency was prestige, not contracts. But McLaughlin's DNA clash, personality, performance was exactly what Roger Ailes would later magnify at Fox News, mirrored at MSNBC, turning what began in these modest studios into billion-dollar empires. Freeze this frame. Four men, four worlds, one night. Sidey the historian, Will the oracle, Agronsky the pioneer, Rubenstein the kingmaker, all poised at the hinge between journalism's old priesthood and its coming gladiator arena.